Right, we're back with the next episode of the supernatural 1967 Chevy Impala build. Okay, this episode we're going to be looking at the dashboard, and we're going to be talking about a couple of things that you should look out for. Now, the first thing is the kit wants you to use decals for the lower control panel here on the dash. Decal 2 and decal number 3. Now those decals are sort of a dark gray, I guess, to simulate a metallic look. I wasn't too happy with that, so I decided I was going to paint them to match the actual trim in Dean's car in the show, which is a chrome trim with chrome buttons on it. Now, since I'm not building this car as a brand new car, it is Dean's car, which is well used. I aged the chrome a bit using a little bit of Tamiya panel line paint just to give it a used look, which I think looks a lot better than what they wanted with the decals. Here's the Tamiya panel line black and a chrome Molotov pen. I use a pen for applying the chrome and then the Tamiya to age it. And then proceeded to dry brush the controls for the radio, the AC. Used the panel line paint for the glove box door. The only decal I did use from the kit is decal number 4, which is for the emblem decal on the far right. And, oh wait, the other one I used was for the instrument cluster also. The instrument cluster is a really nice design, as it has all the gauges, and the cluster is engraved into the dash, but by using decal and then in using some setting solution, some microsol and some microset, you can get the decal to recess into the binnacles of the instrument cluster instruments and gives you a nice bit of a 3D like effect with the gauges once the decal sets. You can then install the glass, which is also pretty neat that it brings a glass for the front of the instrument cluster, just like in the real car. And then you're done. Now, another thing I want to mention that you should look out for is the peg that you were supposed to install the steering column on is a little too long. If you install it, the steering column will not sit flush on the lower part of the steering column here. What I had to do is I cut the peg down a little bit, and then I can insert the steering column jacket onto the column, and now it sits flush, whereas before there was a gap there and the column wouldn't sit perfectly straight. So that's something to look out for. Another item of note is the glass for the instrument cluster can be installed both backwards and upside down, as you have to follow the curvature of the dash. I would seriously advise test fitting first before just gluing it in. Make sure you have the right curvature of the glass to the dash, and it seems as if the center of the dash, the cluster is wider than at the left side, so there is a left and a right to that piece. So that's just something else to look out for. Also have the steering wheel here, which I'm painting in the black rim, as Dean has in his car, with the interior color spokes. The steering wheel is done, the horn button is done, along with the trimming around it. I will have to redo the spokes, as I tried a little something new and it didn't quite work out, so I will be repairing that. But that is almost ready to be put together. So I'm very happy with the look of this dash. Really comes off as Dean's car, used, but still great shape. All of the instruments are there. Everything matches up nicely. Soon to be going into the interior, which I still have quite a bit of detailing to do on the door cards. And I will be ordering some seatbelt material for it, as I'm going to install seatbelts into this vehicle. The carpeting is done, and I'm in the planning stages of placing some supernatural specific detailing into the car. Alright, well that pretty much is it for this episode. With a look at the dash and the cluster. Very happy with the way it's coming out. Alright, well that is going to be it for that. And I will see you on the next one.